Hello and welcome to Easter Egg Hunting, a show that dissects your favourite games looking for hidden secrets and Easter eggs. We're going to try our hardest to show you all and any Easter eggs that we can find in any game, and we'll even be throwing in a bit of trivia as well. We've now reached part 5 on our journey through the original Metal Gear Solid, and it's unfortunately coming to a closure, so let's crack on and see what else we can find before we get to the end. Just remember that if we've missed anything, just let us know in the comments and we might make a tiny little bonus video just for you guys to make sure that we've secured all possible Easter eggs. We've killed Wolf, swapped discs, and Cinepuppy. Now, enough fooling around because Metal Gear needs destroying. In the first area, the blast furnace, you need to shimmy along this wall over here. I'm sure that you're aware there's a really annoying crane here that you keep on having to duck under while you're shimmying along to avoid it. Well, it actually turns out you can make things much easier by blowing it to Kingdom Come. I didn't even think about doing that. Awesome. Going on to the next bit, killing all the Ravens before the boss fight with Vulcan Raven will provoke negative responses.
Snake, we're not paying you to be a scarecrow, you know.
Additionally, Raven will also be given an extra line when he meets Snake.
How dare you kill my friends?
Along with this, at this part of the game as well, all the references to crows will also be changed to ravens if Snake calls Miller first on the elevator where the supposed truth about Naomi is revealed. Master Miller will then correct Snake, who's been calling them crows this whole time.
Those aren't crows. Those are northern ravens.
And then a whole lot of other things happen, but our next point of interest pops up at the final boss level on the top of a broken Metal Gear Rex. Before this epic fight begins, we can hear Liquid yell,
"Have at you, Snake!"
As this is Konami, this could be a possible reference to Dracula's line in Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
But enough talk! Have at you!
This entire ending sequence can also be seen as another throwback to Metal Gear 2. In both endings, after you destroy each respective Metal Gear, an unarmed battle takes place with the pilot of each said machine, being Grey Fox in Metal Gear 2 and Liquid in Metal Gear Solid. Similarly also, both fights have Snake stripped of most of his gear. Except in Metal Gear 2, Snake is forced to dispose of it after it catches fire, and in Metal Gear Solid, Liquid strips his equipment off him himself. During the ending cutscene of the game, if you submitted to the torture earlier, Snake and Otacon will ride off on the secured snowmobile together. Be warned here, there's a small spoiler coming up, so if you don't want to know it, stop this video now. Okay? Anyway, before they ride off, Snake will tell Otacon his real name, David, to which Otacon replies,
"I'm Hal, Dave."
Snake comments that they would make a great pair, and then they laugh together, because, of course, they've referenced yet another Stanley Kubrick movie, 2001: A Space Odyssey. They then go on to suggest that they should take a trip to Jupiter sometime. Very cute and very clever. However, if you resisted the torture earlier, you ride off instead with Meryl. For bonus items, Meryl gives you the unlimited ammo bandana, and Otacon gives you the just as handy stealth camouflage. On your third playthrough of the game, you'll see that Snake changes into a tuxedo, which is an obvious homage to the James Bond series. Also, the ninja will have a different colour palette on his exoskeleton, changing to red and grey, looking a little bit like Spider-Man. Also, in Metal Gear Solid Integral and the Twin Snakes, you'll see that Meryl will also be wearing a sneaking suit. Another thing to notice on your third playthrough is this. During the ending credits, there will be different music playing over them, which is actually the Metal Gear Solid main theme, and this was the song featured in most of the trailers for the game, and more notably the one at the 1997 Electronic Entertainment Expo. Comparatively, in the Twin Snakes, the much simpler Alert theme from the second floor basement armory will instead play over the credits. And now for some other random things. In the PlayStation version of Metal Gear Solid Integral, there are two hidden codec frequencies, 140.07 and 140.66. 140.66 plays classic Metal Gear themes at certain areas, including Discovery, Zanzibar Breeze, and the theme of Solid Snake. 140.07 features really cool staff commentaries, but unfortunately this is only available in the Japanese version. And now for the big one, the one you've all been waiting for. If you were clever enough to find the digital camera after the torture scene from a hidden room near where Baker was being kept, you can search for the development team ghosts all throughout the game by taking pictures of random areas in the story. And to be honest, there are a lot of them. Over 40 of them actually. And with special thanks to a Chinese legend known as Wei Zi or Sun Ye for taking them, and this guy down here for uploading them to the internet, we are able to show you every one of these pictures, and I'll try my hardest to describe where each one is. So here we go. And by the way, I apologise deeply in advance for any incorrect and terrible pronunciations. Kazuki Muraoka can be found by the first ever tunnel that Snake swims through in the beginning of the game. Tomokazu Fukushima can be found at the heliport looking out to the sea from a cliff. Takanari Ishiyama can also be found at the heliport at the very top of the terrorist stronghold. Nobumitsu Tanaka can also be found on one of the sleeping guards at the western ground floor air duct entrance, where there's also a surveillance camera on the left. Kenichiro Shigeno can be found at the stairway surveillance camera on the right hand side of the building. Ryoko Yoshimura is stationed at the very end of the ground floor air duct, where a ration is also being kept. Atsuko Ito is hiding inside the elevator in the tank hangar whilst on your way to see the DARPA chief. Whereas Takashi Kitao is actually on top of the DARPA chief's dead body. Near here, Yoshiteru Kobayashi can be seen at the very far corner wall lounging around the holding cells that Johnny Sasaki was patrolling. Kohei Onoda can then be seen at one of the pillars inside the area where Kenneth Baker was being kept. And then Nobuyushi Nishimura can be seen, very dead, next to an also very dead Kenneth Baker. Ryoji Makimura is also around here at the southern wall in a secret armory room near where Baker was being kept, through one southern and then one eastern weakened wall. You can also grab yourself a PSG-1 here to save yourself a horrible backtrack later on. Masayuki Kobayashi can be found on the most northern one of the southeastern rocks in the canyon area. And then, in the canyon again, Shigehisa Kozyu can be found on the northeastern piped section on looking to the east of the canyon. Shinji Yamashita can then be seen inside the nuclear storage building on the left-hand side ground floor, near some columned nukes. And then, looking at one of the corners in the elevator in the nuke building, the man simply known as Fujimura is hiding inside. Yuji Korikado is then hiding on top of the guard, relieving himself in the men's bathroom of the first basement floor of the nuclear building. Yukiko Kaneda is creeping around the ladies' bathroom before the moment with Meryl, in the middle stationed mirror. Daizo Shikama is then hiding in the electrified floor room as you're looking onto the entrance to it. Yoshikazu Matsuhana can be seen on top of one of the dead genome soldier bodies in the room that the ninja visited. And also, the great Hideo frickin' Kojima can be seen on top of a Policenauts poster in Otacon's lab. We'll save the rest of the photos for our next episode, where we'll also pick up any Easter eggs suggested by you in the comments that we might have missed. Thanks for watching, and let us know if we've missed any Easter eggs. The next and final episode of the Metal Gear Solid 1 Easter eggs will round up any Easter eggs that we've missed, and also we'll finish off all the photos that we just started. If you want to see more of my stupid stuff, you can have a look at my most recent game review, which has nothing to do with Metal Gear Solid, but it has whipped cream and old ladies in it, so go and watch it. You can also check out more videos to the side, and don't forget to check out VGFacts.com. Thank you again, and take care.